If I can think back to my 22-year-old self, when I was in the doctor's office and the doctor was telling me I had high blood pressure and pre-diabetes, I definitely made it a point that day to stop eating the saltiest food and the food that my body's not created to digest. And that was pork and beef. In addition to those two things, fast food is fast and convenient, but fast and convenient doesn't mean healthy. Okay? I also stopped drinking cow's milk. I'm not a cow. I'm not a baby cow. I've never been a baby cow, and I've never been a cow. Our body does not process that stuff correctly. It increases our cholesterol, and it just not compatible with our stomach and our stomach acids and all of that stuff. Now, disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not in the medical field at all anymore. I'm not a professional. This is strictly my opinion and strictly my experience and strictly what I've learned from my experience. This is what information I'm given. I have a book. Eat Right for Your Blood Type. I strongly recommend this book. You see, right here, that's my blood type. I got it. I got it bookmarked because sometimes I need to remind myself what I should be eating and what I shouldn't be eating. And this goes down to the meats, the beans, the herbs. This goes down to the vegetables. It goes down to the spices and the seasonings, like to the T. And in the book, it even gives you meal ideas. So I strongly suggest this. But of course, if you're going to get this book, then you also need to know your blood type. That would probably help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask my sister her blood type. And I'm going to go through this book for her and give her some suggestions on what to do. But for starters, for any of us, especially us with melanin, if you a brown person, dark brown, light brown, dark brown, light brown, as long as you got a little bit of brown in you, there's certain things that this American diet offers that is not designed for us, our bodies, or our DNA. Okay? We also have to get away from the slavery lifestyle, the slavery diet. Okay? We are no longer on the plantation where the slave master is just throwing us the leftovers of the animals and telling us to enjoy. So, we no longer have to continue eating chitterlings, pig butts, and pig intestines, or chicken gizzards, or liver, or any of that other stuff. While they eating grade A steaks, they giving us the leftover of the cow, like, here, have at it. We don't have to do that anymore to our bodies. We don't have to eat the bad, leftover, unhealthy stuff that the master's throwing us. We don't have to do that anymore. We have options. We have choices. We can make choices now. Yep. I know. What a crazy phenomenon. Choices. Yeah. Control. We have control. Yes. What an interesting phenomenon. We have control over what we eat. We no longer have to eat what the slave master's telling us to eat. Okay? I know it's hard. I know riding down the street and seeing Burger King and McDonald's and Rally's and Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks and Arby's and Wendy's. I know. It's all tempting, but we no longer have to continue to eat what the slave master tells us we should eat. We can go home and cook. We can go to the grocery store. Look, the grocery store is huge. We can get fresh produce. We could go to farmers markets now and get all kinds of vegetables and fruits. And we can learn different recipes. You know, people want to always relate disease to heredity. It's not. The only thing that we inherit is our lifestyle and the way we eat and the foods we cook. We don't inherit diabetes. We don't inherit high blood pressure. We don't inherit high cholesterol. We inherit food. We inherit cooking styles. We inherit meals. That's what we inherit. But guess what? We can change those things. We no longer have to eat what our parents ate and what our grandparents ate and what their grandparents ate. We no longer have to do that. I know you put the seasoning on there, you put you some smoke rub on there and put it on the grill and it be tasting so good. It be smelling so good on that grill. But it is the most unhealthy thing for our body. Now let me tell you. Pay attention to your skin, how your skin looks, how it feels. Pay attention to the whites of your eyes. Pay attention to your teeth. Pay attention to your hair. And pay attention to your nails. Those are telltale signs that you're not eating right. And pay attention to your blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure, there is something way, way more to the story than just needing a pill to fix it. The pill is not doing anything but going to your brain and flipping off a switch. It is not healing you. It is not helping you at all. It's just a Band-Aid. So, I want to strongly encourage you to do better. To watch a video. To go to the library and get a cookbook. And find out other healthy things to eat other than the same old thing. There are so many different things that we can put in our body that's way, way, way better than the things we've been putting in our body. And it's going to be hard because a lot of us equate what we eat and how it makes us feel to our emotions. It kind of is reminiscent of, you know, when certain people were alive and when we did certain things. You know, it's like a play on our memory. It's a play on our emotions. But if it's not healthy and it's making you still have to take medication and have you taking trips to the doctor and you haven't had a bowel movement in 2 weeks, something ain't right. You should be having a bowel movement after every time you eat something. I can wake up in the morning and drink a glass of water and I'm ready to have a bowel movement. I already know. That's why, because I'm a truck driver. So a lot of the times in the morning, I like to just fast. Because I already know I'm going to have to stop and do number 2. I'm going to have to drop them deuces. And I ain't got time to do that. I got to get to my appointments. So if you've gone more than a day or 2 and you haven't dropped no deuces, something's not right. You need to get your gut cleansed out. So I deliver this message with love. I deliver this message with compassion, but I also deliver it with urgency. We got people leaving up out of here way, way, way too soon when we can really take control and live twice as long. And I love my big sister. I love her dearly. And she's so beautiful and she looks so good for her age. And I want her to be around to see me become a grandmother. I want her to be around to watch her nieces grow up, her nephews and her great nieces and her great nephews and her great great nieces and great great nephews grow up. I want her around. And I'm sure that you have a family member that wants you around too. So it's going to be a uphill battle. And your body is going to be craving that junk. And your mind's going to be telling you that you need it. But it's just a trick. It's just a test. We have to continue to be steadfast in wanting to be healthy. We got to continue to be steadfast at wanting to be around, especially if you enjoy your life and you're like, I want to be here for 40 more years. Well, listen, there's things that you can do to ensure that that'll happen. So please, I urge you to reach out. Don't be ashamed. Even if you got to send me a message, email, reach out to your local nutritionist. I honestly, I can't even recommend a nutritionist because those people, nah. You got to go get you a herbalist. Get you somebody who can teach you about the herbs and the natural remedies. You know, I was having a conversation with my cousin and they got him on all kinds of medication. And, you know, because he has some things with his heart. And he's taking a blood thinner. And the blood thinner says you can't eat asparagus, you can't eat Brussels sprouts, and you shouldn't eat kale. And I'm thinking something ain't right about that. Why? Because those are natural blood thinners. They don't want you to ingest natural blood thinners when you're taking this pill. Because then your blood will be way, way too thin. But instead of omitting the pill and just saying, hey, eat your green vegetables, they rather give you a pill. No. I challenge you today to go to the grocery store and buy you some kale. Cook you some kale like you would cook you some turnips and some collard greens. I would encourage you today to go get you a salad. Season it and just put some olive oil on it and eat it. Don't drench it with ranch. Don't drench it with French. I actually encourage you to eat a naked salad. Don't put nothing on it. Just put whatever you like on your salad with no dressing. But anyway, I just wanted to come on and say that real quick. I am going to have a video call probably on Sunday with my sister, and me and her can go more into depth about it. But I did want to make this video to encourage you all to just be the change you want to see in yourself. Because it ain't in the pill. It's in you. It's in your mind. And you are enough, and you're strong enough to do it. Peace.